Hello people, this is Nakul back with the honest review video of Xiaomi Redmi 1S. Today I'm going to be telling you about pros and cons about this phone, basically what a normal day user would like and dislike in this phone. Plus, as you all know, this phone received lots of attention and hype, so let's see if it's any good or not. Plus, there are lots of things I want to tell you about this phone, so this video is going to be a bit longer, so please be patient with me. So let's not waste any more time and let's get started. First of all, I'll be telling you about pros about this phone, the good things and the things I like about this phone. And the first thing is its great display. At the price of 6,000 rupees, Xiaomi is offering us 4.7-inch display with the resolution of 720 by 1280 pixels, which is really good. The clarity and everything is really nice. If you hand this phone over to a person who doesn't know about it, so you won't be able to tell if it's a 6,000 rupees phone or a 16,000 rupees. So that's the first thing I like about this phone. Moving on to the second thing I like about this phone, and its camera. The camera is 8 megapixel with BSI sensor and LED flash. It is really great. The pics quality are nice and clear. Even if you click pics at night or at a darker area, you don't see any snow or noise. Plus the quality of the pics are really amazing considering the price of this phone. It's only 6,000 rupees and the pics are really great. And same thing with the video. This phone can record full HD 1080p video. And again, the quality is really great whether it's video or audio. This phone can also record bass in the video if there is a song playing in the background. So no problem with that. Plus it also has touch focus in the video recording, means while recording you just have to tap on the screen and it will refocus the lens, so you don't have to wait for the phone to do it automatically. You just have to tap and it will forcefully focus, whether it's for landscape or macro. So that's really great. I will include the photo samples which you can see after this. So as you just saw the sample, let me show you the camera interface real quick. On the top right we have the toggle button for front facing camera and rear camera. In the middle we have the toggle switch to toggle between video and photo. On the left we have flash on, auto and off. At the bottom right we have settings, panorama, audio capture, filters, HDR, HHD, and then settings. In settings also we have camera frame, picture quality, store location, volume button functions, long press shutter button, camera sound, scan QR code. This is something good that you don't need an extra app to scan QR codes and the camera app itself will do it for you. Reference line, save to external card. Then we have advanced settings, simple mode which is on, auto exposure setting, anti-binding, saturation, contrast, sharpness, phase detection. So plenty of settings you can do in the camera, and trust me guys, the quality of pictures are really good at this price. Anyways, moving on, the third thing I like about this phone is that when you are making a call and when other person receives it, means when your call gets picked up, the phone vibrates a bit to give you the confirmation that the call has been started. So that's a good thing, that you don't have to put it on your ear right after dialing, and that will save you from the SAR radiation as well. You just have to handheld your phone and it will vibrate when the call gets connected. So that's a nice feature. The next thing, which is fourth thing that I like about this phone, is also related to calling. While making a call, let me give you an example. In options you have option to record the call, plus you have option to take down a note, so you don't have to go all the way to messaging and save a draft or go to notes to write down a number a person is telling on the phone. You just have to hit this and you can directly write anything you like. The fifth thing I like about this phone is that it has a light mode for elderly or old people, you can say. Means it will change the whole UI to a simple UI and make it easy to use for elderly or old people. Here it is, light mode, as you can see. For this the system has to be restarted, so let's reboot it. So the phone has started in the light mode, and as you can see everything is changed. The icons are bigger, the text is bigger, so that old age people can read and see better. On the left we have option to add 6-speed dial so that you can dial a number very quickly. On the main screen we have weather, time, gallery, camera, phone, messaging, and even in settings the text is larger, as you can see, so the older people can see it better. So that's a really good thing, a really nice feature in this phone. But let's go to the normal mode now. System settings. Let's turn off the light mode and it will restart again. Okay, so we are back in the normal mode. Moving on to the sixth thing that I like about this phone, that it has three styles of showing the battery status. The first is, as you can see, the percentage, and I'll show you the rest. We go in the battery, and here we have the battery indicator. One of the three is the percentage, which you are seeing over here, and the other one is the graphical, means normal, and the third one is the top bar, which I really like. Here you can see this gives an orange line on the top and it stands for battery, so that's really nice. Let's go to percentage and keep it that way. So this was the sixth thing that I like about this phone. Moving on to the seventh thing that I like about this phone is that the three capacitive buttons over here, as you can see, these are customizable, means you can customize what they do when you long press them actually. So let me show you that. We go in the buttons, and as you can see, you have some options here from which you can select none, show recent tray, launch assist, launch Google Now, close current app. The options are same in all of these, but you can select what you want them to do when long pressed, so that's cool. Plus you have a long press back to take photo, disable power button menu, wake with the volume buttons. So that's nice that the buttons are customizable. So that was the seventh thing. Moving on to the eighth thing, which is also the last thing in this list, which is that the notification LED is colored and you can also customize it. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it's just under the home capacitive button. As you can see, there's this tiny dot, that's a notification LED. So you can customize the color of it also. Notification light, as you can see, notification light color, blue, red, yellow, green, cyan, white, violet. You can customize for calls, messages, so that's pretty good. So those are the good things about this phone that I like, and I think any normal user would also like. Plus there are other things also which are good to have, which I will tell you in the end of the video. But now let's move on to the cons part, the bad things about this phone, the things that I don't like. And the first thing that I don't like about this phone is that, as you can see, there are three capacitive touch buttons here, and they don't light up, they don't have any backlight in them, and there is no settings either in which you can go and turn the light on. So it's really annoying in the night or at a darker room or a darker area that you can't even see them and you just have to judge that where they are. After a while you get used to it, but still it's not a really good thing. I mean, what the hell was company thinking? I mean, this is a really basic feature that every normal phone should have, and they are not giving a backlight and capacitive button so that's really disappointing. Moving on to the second thing that I didn't like about this phone is that the vibration, the phone vibration, no matter if it's calling or touching the buttons, the vibration is really low. If compared with other phones, if other phones are 100, then this is just half of it, 50%. You don't even feel it when it's in your pocket unless until you're wearing really tight jeans. So that's really annoying. Again, it's a really basic thing that every phone should have a good vibration, but the vibration is really low, just half of what you get in other phones. And sometimes when you're on bike or standing and your phone is on silent, you won't be able to even know that it's ringing because of low vibration. So that's pretty bad. Again, a big disappointment. Moving on to the third thing that I didn't like about this phone is that it's running Android Jelly Bean. As you all know that even the phones of this price range also are coming with Android KitKat, latest Android, but this dude is running Android Jelly Bean. As you can see, 4.3. So that's again disappointing. Though Xiaomi is saying that they will update this phone, but let's see when the update is gonna come. Okay, coming to the fourth thing that I don't like about this phone is that it has really less free RAM. Out of 1 GB you get very tiny RAM free. Even though I don't have any application installed right now, I just have these 4 or 5 application total: RAM, NC2 Benchmark, Nina Mark 2 Test, and System Panel and MX Player. These are the 5 apps that I have installed, but despite of that, the free RAM is only, as you can see, 308 MB. Despite the fact that I have only 5 apps installed on my own, rest all came with the phone. So you can imagine what will happen when you will install 25 or 30 apps on your own. The RAM is gonna go really down. and phone won't be able to do the multitasking. So that's really bad. They should have optimized it to give more free RAM. Anyways, moving on to the fifth thing that I don't like about this phone is that it lags a bit. Though there was an MIUI update yesterday itself, after which the phone is a lot better, but it's still, as you can see, it lagged over there. Right now it's working fine, but it still lags a bit here and there, so that's pretty annoying. It has 1.6 quad core processor and 1 GB of RAM, still it lags a bit. Though the MIUI is known to be very smooth and light, but still it lags a bit here and there, so that's pretty annoying again. Moving on to the sixth thing that I don't like about this phone is that its screen is really reflective. As you can see, while going out in the sun, it reflects really a lot and it's difficult to see the screen. It's not that difficult obviously, but if compared to other phones, its visibility is less than them. So that's the sixth thing that I didn't like about this phone. Moving on to the seventh thing, and that is its loudspeaker. The loudspeaker is okay, I would say, not really that good. The loudness is okay, but it's the clarity. It's more like gush 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 and not that clear, I would say. The travel part in the music or a song is not that clear and it feels like the speaker is dug very deep inside the phone and the voice coming out is kind of struggling to get out, so that's not really good. Though the speaker is good enough for most of the people because they don't really bother, but I'm one of those who pay lots of attention to the speaker, and for me it's not good enough. Plus, considering the fact that the vibration of this phone is also not good enough, so the speaker has to be clear and loud, which is it's not. So again, a very big disappointment because you're not gonna able to hear your speaker also when it's in your pocket and you're standing in the crowded place. Plus you're not gonna feel the vibration either, and probably you're gonna miss your call, so it's really bad. Moving on to the eighth thing that I didn't like about this phone is that just like the Android One devices, the volume in the headphones a bit less than compared to other phones. I compared it to Asus Zenfone 5, Moto G and Lenovo P780, even Moto E, and volume in the headphones is a bit less than those devices. I had to go 2 points down in my Moto G to match the level of this phone. Plus again, the bass is a bit shallow in the headphones, so that's again really not good. So moving on to the ninth thing that I don't like about this phone is that call quality could have been a bit better. I won't say that it's bad, but still I put it in the cons part because there's no good vibration, no good loudspeaker, the screen is reflective, the phone lags a bit, has less free RAM. So at least the call quality could have been better, but still it's not. It's average. I would say I would rate it around 6.5 out of 10. The quality, the clarity is kind of okay. It's the volume that could have been louder in the headset over here. Okay, moving on to the 10th thing that I didn't like about this phone, which is also the last thing in the cons, that it doesn't have the option to set up face unlock in security. You do have pattern, you do have pin, but you don't have face unlock, which as far as I know that feature was introduced in Jelly Bean itself, Android Jelly Bean, and this phone is running Android Jelly Bean, but still it doesn't have that feature. As you can see, there is no option to do the face unlock, only pattern, pin and password. Sorry about the camera focus, it really sucks in that. So those were the pros and cons about this phone, the good and bad things that I liked and I think normal day user would also like and dislike in this phone. Now let me tell you some other things which are good to have in this phone, which I also told you earlier in this video. And the first thing in that is customizable notification bar. As you can see, you have all your shortcuts here, but in more you can, as you can see, pull all this up and down and change according to it. Plus you have settings here. Here you can choose that in notification bar you want shortcuts on a page or you want the bar. As if I pull down, as you can see, now it's on the bar, so that's a good thing to have. The next thing you have is the display color temperature. In settings you have three options. I'll just show you. As you can see, color temperature and saturation. You have warm, standard and cool. Warm, standard and cool. So that's again a tiny but a nice feature to have. Moving on, then you have prevent pocket dials option in the settings. Means as soon as you put the phone in the pocket, it will lock the screen automatically. The next thing you have is the themes and fonts. I'll just show you. Here you have the themes, and in settings language you have options to download fonts also. So that's again a cool thing. Moving on to the next thing, which is audio quality for headphones. In settings you have option to optimize the audio quality for headphones. As you can see, right now I don't have any headphones plugged in, but as soon as you do, you can access all this area. So that's again a good thing to have. Plus the next thing is the noise suppression. You have a secondary mic over here for noise cancellation, so that's again a good thing. And the next thing is you have a feature called do not disturb. As you can see here, do not disturb. You can turn this on and set a time. It will put all your calls and everything to silent, and you can even set the exceptions, repeated calls. So again a good thing. Plus the last thing which is also good to have is that you can customize what does your headphones button do when they are plugged in. For that you have to go in the settings, go to headphones over here, and as you can see, you can either choose control volume level or control music playback. A sign button, but it says no headphones detected. So this is also a pretty nice feature. Plus there was one more thing that I didn't like about this phone, is that at the back, as you can see, the camera is a bit raised from the back panel. So if not now, then in future it will surely get scratched if placed on the table regularly. That's why I have this cloth right here to protect the camera, because it's, as you can see, not that much, but still it's a bit raised, and this is the first thing that's gonna get in contact when placed on the table. So if not in a 1 week, 2 week or a month, it will surely get scratched after a few months if regularly placed on the black, unless you have some cover on it which will be covering the camera and will come even above it. So that's why I have this cloth over here to protect the camera. So this was one more con that I forgot to tell you. So now the question is, would I use this phone as my daily device? And the answer is no. Why? Because it's not good at even basic things. For example, no backlight in the capacitive touch buttons down here, low vibration, no KitKat, reflective screen, loudspeaker is kinda okay. Plus people are saying that it has really good battery, but I didn't find it to be. I only got around 13 to 14 hours of backup with normal usage, and you get around 5.5 or 6 hours of screen time. So that's not a great battery. I would say that's okay. Plus this phone has the same GPU as Moto G, which is Adreno 305, and as far as I remember, Moto G scored around 57 point something FPS in Nina Mark 2 test, and this scored 56.8, despite the fact that it has the same GPU plus a bigger processor. However, it does score a bit better in Antutu benchmark. Let me show you. As you can see, 20,730, while Moto G scores around 18,000 something. So obviously it does score better in Antutu benchmark, but in GPU test Nina Mark 2 it scores less than Moto G. So I don't know what's the matter with this device, but the basic thing that a phone should have, it is good call quality, good vibration, backlight and capacitive buttons, good viewing angles in the screen, latest Android lag-free experience. But it doesn't have that. The screen is reflective, call quality is okay, vibration is just half what you get in other device, no backlight and capacitive buttons. Though it's not lagging right now, there was an update, MIUI update yesterday itself, after which it's a lot better. But still, I'm not ready to use this phone as my daily device. Camera is the best thing about this phone. If you want a phone with great camera at low cost, surely go for this device. Amazing camera, guys, I would say. So that's it for now, guys. This was an honest review video of Xiaomi Redmi 1S. If you have any questions, any suggestions, then put them in the comments down below. And make sure you subscribe, because in coming few days I'll be comparing this phone with the Asus Zenfone 5. So make sure you subscribe for that, and thank you for watching.